What's going on, y'all? Just got off work. I recorded a clip this morning and I just accidentally deleted it, trying to delete some other pictures. I'm never doing that again, where I try and delete shit on my camera. Yeah, I deleted the clip from this morning, but I recorded this morning trying to record my day throughout the day with you guys, and this is what happens. I fucking accidentally delete shit, but it's whatever. Anyways, I had work today. It was whatever. Got up at 8 a.m. It's currently 4:20. Headed to the gym now, and yeah, I'm gonna get a good shoulder day in at work. It was all right. If you're new watching, I do shower glass, in case you were wondering what I do for like bathrooms and do mirrors and things like that. But yeah, I'm headed to the gym now, gonna get a nice pump in, and I will meet you guys over there. Well, I guess I'll show you guys the pump. Like I said, I also don't like to show too much of me in the gym just because it's hard for me to focus. Too much time where my pump goes away and things like that, setting up the camera. Maybe at some point, if I'm doing this full time, I'd consider it. But yeah. And if you've been watching, I've been considering adding a clothing line to this YouTube channel, but because I really do like fashion, but it's kind of different. Like it wouldn't really correlate too much to this and what I do. Like I wouldn't really base it around like completing my 20s and like the you know, the growth stuff. It would kind of really just be all about design and art, Japanese in particular, but maybe just all types of foreign things, and implement them into fashion and unique ways by texturizing them and things like that. But yeah, if you guys got any opinions on that or got any ideas in the comments, feel free to leave them down. I'm really open-minded because I just thought of it today, and you know, it's kind of like a zero startup cost kind of thing. I can just look into it now, get some samples maybe from some manufacturers, and just kind of see where it goes. I'm very particular about that kind of stuff because I wear clothes, and I be wanting to make sure I wear all my clothes, and it's something unique but not trendy, you know, unique, fashionable that a lot of people will like, but also simple. So that's kind of the hard part about just art and anything related, is keeping it simple while also keeping it personalized, but keeping it like kind of cool enough to where people like it, unique enough to where people like it. You know, there's a lot of factors in that kind of stuff. But yep, I'm headed to the gym now, gonna get a nice pump in, so I'll catch you guys over there. And then yeah, thanks. Alrighty guys, just finished up at the gym. There's the pump. I am starving right now. Pretty good pump. Shoulders is definitely something I know I need to work on. Like my arm, I mean, my arm's pretty good, but if I had bigger shoulders, it just makes your overall physique look so much bigger. Yep, well, I'll catch you guys at the end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the pump.
Good luck, boy.
Alrighty guys, well, finished up the day at the gym. I'm here chilling with my boy Brody.
What's up, y'all?
And yeah, I just got the PS5 set up. Check me out. Got the monitor on the left. MacBook right here. Got the mines to the right of me.
Yep.
Cisco Big chilling in the cut. I found this old Polaroid. I'm gonna see if I can get some film for it. Did you say you saw where there might be batteries for it?
Dude, I looked, bro. It doesn't say it. Because my sister has one similar to this, but
It's that OG.
this is older, way older than that. But you can see, like right here, it definitely does take.
That's what I'm saying, because it's got the light.
Yeah.
If you know anything about this, old ass Johnson right here. I know there's a light up here at the top. I don't know where the batteries go in at though, or how any of this shit works. I know I need some film for it though. Yeah, if you know anything about these OG Polaroids, let me know something. But yeah, overall it was a pretty good day. Worked, the gym, ate some B-dubs for dinner. Me and my boy here are looking into starting a clothing brand. I wanted to be promoted through here as well, along with, you know, everywhere else. But we're looking at this software called Clow 3D, CLO number 3 and then D. And I'm actually making an account right now for that. But as I'm doing that, if you guys know anything about this software, let me know in the comments or any information. There's not much on YouTube, to be completely honest. But one thing I did want to talk about today, since I'm with my boy here, and me and him be having these conversations that I wouldn't normally have with just anybody my age. We talk about a little bit about everything. I'll close this door real quick. So one of the things I want to talk about, since I'm here with my boy today, and we can kind of just bounce off each other, is how we deal with overthinking. So I'd like to start off, because I know it's something, you know, on this channel, we're going through our 20s. You know, you're bound to overthink, especially when you're on social media, comparing yourself to the next best person. You know, these people who are saying, if you're not making 10K a month, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, the fitness standards, the beauty standards, just a whole lot of stuff that can cause someone to overthink, or just decisions that you're having to make between jobs, career paths along your way while you're young and stuff. So if you want to start off, like, how would you say you deal with overthinking when the time comes and you run into these things?
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, I'm definitely a victim of it. Like, that's definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with, especially being young. Like, just thinking about every little thing. Like, when I lay down in bed at night, bro, the shit that I think about is, like, something, you know, a kid our age won't even think about twice.
Right, exactly.
Like a conversation me and you had, like, a few hours ago.
Exactly.
Like, what would happen if I said this? Or, like, how does he view me after this conversation? Or whatever it is. But I realized that I've ruled out the things that are worth or not worth overthinking, and I've kept in the shit that is worth overthinking, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because, like, once I actually analyze it, I'm like, why am I even thinking this deeply about it? It's getting me nowhere. But I do think about the things, overthink, because overthinking really isn't a bad thing, as long as you come to a conclusion about it.
Right.
You're not left off a cliffhanger.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's just naturally. I'll never be able to stop thinking this deeply about
exactly.
shit. I can control it. And
I kind of like it to a degree, even though it can be stressful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, what's a blessing is a curse. But yeah, it can be stressful.
But yeah, I've dealt with it just by doing that, ruling out the bad stuff that I shouldn't really overthink, and then keeping the good stuff that I do think deeply about, like their conversations that me and you have, looking forward to that, you know, thinking deeply about that, sharing each other's conversations, because that is basically overthinking for real.
To switch it more to like a specific specific example or correlation, like no, like I'm gonna ask you another question. What would you say is something that you overthought about a lot, or like a hard decision you had to make recently, or recently?
Probably moving in with CJ.
And so when you were thinking about that, what were you taking into consideration, and what helped you make those that you could put on a general aspect, not specifically correlating? So, like, if, for example, like, you probably looked at the pros and cons, like you should do with any situation that you're thinking about, is looking at the pros and cons. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I thought about it, right?
Right, exactly.
Fucking thinking about everything, every outcome while I'm doing it.
Exactly.
Well, obviously, I don't need to. I never have to. You know, I have my own house. I don't have to pay anything. But I wanted to, because responsibility and just to open new doors is my two main things. And obviously, I'm closer to you. Right, exactly. Which is honestly way better. And it kind of sucks, though, because my business is in Ohio. But, you know, once I do get it sorted out, I do want to stay there for at least like 180 days.
Yeah,
at
for
least
sure.
half a year.
Exactly.
Just I mean, because obviously, look at us now. We're
Exactly.
already, in motion. Thinking about doing shit, which is good.
Exactly.
Opening up new doors, like I said, but obviously, yeah, the responsibility can be a lot. Paying the $500. Figuring out how I'm going to make that, which is what I wanted to do, though. It's like
Right.
kind of just, and also have my own setup and shit. But it was hard though. I mean, it's fucking like an hour away.
Exactly.
Almost.
Exactly.
Depending on the traffic, but yeah. And I also just wanted to get closer with, you guys and shit. And talk about things and, just watch us grow for a little bit longer, because I'm always spending a lot of time with my cousin and stuff, but
for sure,
doing this is definitely cool.
Definitely, yeah. And this is the first time I've ever brought somebody onto my channel, so I'm hopefully, like you said, opening new doorways to things that might be potential to work out in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just nice being able to talk with somebody because, on this channel, I don't even know if I've talked to you much about this channel, but this is a channel where I'm completing my 20s. So we're going through so we're going through our 20s and I'm sharing experiences and valuable lessons, but also taking in anything that people have to offer in the comments and stuff like that.
I think that's good, bro.
And the whole goal is to, build a community of people. You could be younger than 20 looking up to this and looking forward to watching my videos to know what you want to do when you're 20. Yeah. Or you could be older than 30 and be giving advice to the younger generation about how we could grow. But the reason why it's important for us is because we're average as of right now as far as our day-to-day lifestyle. So we're not out here showing the Lamborghinis every month. We're not out here on yachts partying. We're here showing you real time that you got to work every single day. You got to deal with overthinking. And really what we've came to the conclusion, I think, is that overthinking is inevitable, and you have to find a way to embrace it and break it down logically on what you're overthinking about and what makes the most sense. And I think if you ask me, it's very important to keep your emotions out of it. Yeah. It's one thing to want to do something, like I want to be on steroids for the quick and I want to look good. I want to be jacked, but I obviously think about it, and for some people that's a difficult decision to make. For me, it's an easy decision, but if that's a difficult decision for you to make, you have to spend time logically thinking. Are you thinking with your mind on a quick resolution, or are you looking for a long-term health benefit thing?
There's a lot of contributing factors, bro. Like,
exactly.
Is this really what you want, or is this what you want people to see?
Exactly.
And it sounds like, and the thing about saying something like that is like, when somebody tells you that, you're like, oh no, I'm thinking about it, but it's like, are you even like aware of like the actual social stuff that goes on like in your brain? Like, I want to hop on gear. Okay, why? Because I want to get big and strong. But it's like deep down, bro, you want people to notice that.
Exactly.
Even if like subconsciously you know that, you're not gonna say it. You might not even think it, but it's gonna your actions, bro. Like when somebody's in the gym, bro, and they're on tests and stuff. What's the first thing they do? Take their shirt off.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Even if you're just you're doing it for other people to see and shit.
Exactly. But, Exactly. And that's what's really important is when we're young, it's so easy to get carried away in doing things for the facade of things and for the look and how you want to portray yourself to other people. But I've talked about this in the channel. It's all about having a purpose within yourself. Where do you want to be in this next decade of your life? Where do you see yourself being in? If it's with the cars, the money, the women, your mind's lost. And you'll soon realize that you have to have a purpose that drives you. And for me, I want to leave value to somebody out there. If I can just, if it can just be a few people, if it can be one person that just takes my information and does something with it, or goes through it with me, we're going through this together. If I have one other person online watching us, going through our 20s together, there's one other person like us, then it just shows that, there's people out there, and that I'll be happy knowing that I was able to provide value to somebody. And those kind of things just money can't buy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of what we're grinding for in this next decade of our life is to be where we want to be mentally, physically, and also part of the mental thing is that what's not only going to make us feel good, but what's going to help other people because, you can. They say right now, working hard isn't enough. You have to work hard. You have to work smart. You have to do a lot more. Like, there's people out there who work hard every day of their life and are still not where they want to be, There's people out there grinding their asses off who probably might even work harder than me, you know, and don't get as much as me. So you really have to figure out what you're doing, break it down, set goals for yourself. Like earlier in my channel, if you're new watching, in some of my previous videos, I wrote down certain goals, and that helps. Writing down your goals, I guarantee you, will make you follow them by a lot more percent, rather than just thinking about them all the time. I set long-term goals, 10-year, 3-year, 3-month goals. You know what I mean? Every time, and that's just how you consistently grow, in my opinion. You know, is by setting goals for yourself.
And this thing that I saw, going back on what you just said about the hard work stuff, like, you know, it's sad that, you know, hard work is still seen as a good thing. You know, obviously working, you know, on yourself and having that chip on your shoulder, you know, like, you know, tackling a hard task, that's something good and be proud of. But like, in the terms that they say it, like, you work hard and you'll be rewarded. Right. I don't like that, you know?
I agree.
Because I saw this video of this quote. If hard work got you, you know, rich, all that stuff, all your desires, where you wanted, the donkey would own the farm, not the farmer, if that makes sense, right?
Exactly. And if you don't know what that means, it means that the donkey's out there slaving away towards the farm, while the farmer just sits back and collects his dues. So, and that goes back to just using your brain when you're moving along and figuring out new ways. And we were talking about intelligence one point, and we'll dive deeper into this maybe in a later video, but to make this a little short and brief while we wrap up this conversation, just because we were talking about the overthinking, kind of got sidetracked to some other things, but that's kind of what I wanted to happen. But intelligence, we talked about what we think intelligence is to us, and I remember you said something about understanding other people's perspectives, and then I was saying the adaptability to learn. How quick can you learn different things? And then we started switching this topic to like, well, he is not wrong when he says understanding other perspectives, but I feel like that dives more into like the emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it's all mental and emotional.
Exactly. And then versus mine's more like, I don't know what you would call it, but like more like intelligent as far as like actually retaining information, not like understanding people's feelings. And that's where you kind of like separate the different types. But to go to my point, both of those things are important. Is emotional intelligence is being able to understand different perspectives even if you don't agree with them. And then the part where being able to learn new skills, the best skill you can have is being good at learning. Because if you can be good at learning, you can learn almost anything that you want and put your mind to. A lot of people out there, like Anthony Edwards, like he said he could do anything. He said he could have done baseball, football. He just chose basketball. And to a degree, I feel the same way. It's like I could have picked 100 different things. It's how you execute that, you know, and how you choose to perform towards that. And how you decide your ambition is to learn towards that new topic.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of factors, for real. Especially emotionally and intelligently. And the factors is like, you know, if you are good at learning, like you said, it's like when you're interacting with somebody, it's all about wants and needs. Like, am I just talking with you just to talk with you? You know what I'm saying? You're my friend, I want to talk to you. Or am I trying to get something out of you? Information. Or, you know, am I mirroring your body language? Am I talking like you? And being like a person in this world, especially in this day and age, is a good trait to have, is noticing things like that, small things. And like, dude, people, not everyone has that inner monologue in their head, you know, that little voice that speaks to them. Like, not everybody has that. And,
not at all.
I mean, I know me, or myself, Aryan, I know some people watching will know and have met people that literally are not aware of anything.
Exactly.
Like,
no, they move around clueless.
Yeah, and that brings me to my point is the influence. Like, however, like, people get so influenced by so many things, people especially, you know. He likes this, okay, wait, now I kind of like it now. Which isn't necessarily bad, but they can put bad traits onto you. And that's why it's something to be aware of. Because if you're not aware of it, then you can't fix it. And you're wondering why am I depressed? Why am I losing myself when I'm hanging around these people? Things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, the people around you have definitely the influence on you, whether you like to think they do or not. Iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. But that was a good conversation with my boy Brody. We kind of touched on a lot of different things. And in the future, you might see him more often. But, you know, I'm going to stick to it every single day, uploading videos to you guys. So thank you guys for watching on, it looks like today is day 69. I'm slowly losing track of these days because I've just been doing them every day. So excited, looking forward to day 70, 70 days straight of recording for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.